inflationary concerns, see how global stocks move following the FOMC meeting, and how warrants allow investors to achieve leveraged returns. This is Darren from Macquarie Warrants, here to share with you the market action we saw in the month and what warrant investors can look out for in the coming weeks. In June's Federal Open Market Committee meeting, the Fed's policymakers addressed the issue of rising inflation. While interest rates and its asset repurchase program will stay unchanged, more members of the committee believe that the Fed will dial back on its policies earlier than expected. 2 rate hikes are expected to roll out by end 2023, as opposed to earlier estimates that there will be no rate hike until 2024. Alongside the projections, the Fed has also revised its outlook for the economy, factoring the accelerated inflation figures. Inflation projections for end 2021 spiked from 2.4% in the previous meeting to 3.4%, and the US should see an annual GDP growth of 7%, the fastest since 1984. Volatility returned to the US market in the week of the meeting as the S&P 500 index futures streamed off from its record highs while bond yields rose. In just 4 days, the S&P 500 futures closed 2.7% lower after a volatile week. The increased move stems from the central bank's close watch as it faces the dilemma of cooling the overheating economy before jobs grow above a target of 1 million each month. Amidst weakness in the markets, investors may consider put warrants to potentially profit from the decline in prices or capture potential rebounds using call warrants. So, what are warrants? Call warrants move in line with the underlying they follow, meaning if the underlying stock or index went up, so will the call warrants. Put warrants move inversely from the underlying and will increase in price when the underlying stock or index falls. In the table, you will find both call and put warrants over the S&P 500 futures, allowing investors to trade on a bullish or bearish view. Investors should note that index warrants do not track the index itself, but rather the index futures, as it allows issuers like Macquarie to hedge its positions. Simply head to our website to find the futures prices. So how do you know how much more a warrant will move given a move in the underlying price in the short term? For that, investors can refer to the effective gearing level as an indication. Say if a warrant had effective gearing of 10 times, it means the warrant will move around 10% for every 1% move in underlying share or index it tracks. The gearing effect is one of the reasons that make warrants popular, but notes that gearing can work both ways, meaning warrants will also move in a bigger magnitude or percentage than the percentage move in the underlying should you get your view wrong. Meanwhile, EV stocks return to center stage after tumbling from the historic highs as global sales for EVs continue to rise faster than expected. Warren Buffett's BYD in particular is well poised to benefit as one of the early leaders in EVs. Additionally, BYD's battery manufacturing wing, which produces battery components for many brands, benefited from a rise in EV sales, with battery sales more than doubling in just the first 4 months of 2021. After hitting a 6-month low of 141 on May 13, BYD rebounded 65% in just 5 weeks, breaking past the 230 price level. The stock seems on track to return to its all-time high of about 280 set in January. Equipped with an effective gearing of 4 to 5 times, the BYD warrants listed on the Singapore Exchange move in magnified gains compared to the BYD shares. Since the warrants listings on 16 June, the BYD call VIOW gained 71%, while the BYD put LCHW lost 36% in the 2 days the underlying share gained 13%. Investors keen to gain exposure to BYD stocks listed on the Hong Kong Exchange may consider Macquarie's BYD call and put warrants, which trade between 9:30 AM to 3:58 PM with a 1-hour lunch break on the Singapore Exchange. So, where and how do you trade structured warrants by Macquarie? Start by visiting warrants.com.sg to select a Macquarie warrant over your preferred underlying with the free tools provided. Write down the warrant's 4-digit warrant code and log into your brokerage account. You can click into your account login pages via a shortcut on the website. This will be the same account that you use to trade shares. When you're logged into your shares trading platform, simply key in the 4-digit warrant code in the search bar to execute buy or sell trades in the warrant, just like how you trade shares. For further details on trading warrants and to find out if you're qualified to trade warrants, click on the link in the description or feel free to contact us at our warrant hotline. Lastly, don't miss out on next video and exciting warrant news by scanning on the QR codes and subscribe to our channels on YouTube, Telegram and Facebook.